Okay, so NASA just announced they might have picked up the first ever alien signals. It's coming from around Proxima b. That's the closest planet outside our solar system, a little over 4 light-years away. It's in that habitable zone of its star, Proxima Centauri, so naturally everyone's freaking out. Could this be it? Are we about to find out we're not alone? NASA's been watching these stars and planets for ages, looking for any hint, and Proxima b was always a hot spot because it's kinda Earth-like and close by. This signal they got is weird, unlike anything they've seen. Could be a game changer for us humans. What if there's life out there? That would prove that life can pop up on other planets like Earth. But the big question is, what kind of life? Just tiny bugs or smart aliens that can talk to us and maybe even travel through space? This signal isn't just random noise. It's got a pattern to it, like someone's trying to send a message. NASA and teams from all over are trying to figure it out. What does it mean? The news is everywhere, not just with scientists. People are talking about it online, in government, everywhere. Everyone's looking up at the stars, wondering if someone's looking back. What would their world be like? This whole thing brings up tricky questions. If we get a real message, what do we say back? How do we act with alien races? And how would it change how we see religion, life, everything? Everyone's excited, but also a little nervous. The best scientists at NASA are working hard to make sure this isn't a mistake. We might be on the edge of something huge, so we gotta be careful. The world is waiting to see what happens next. Checking for alien signals from Proxima b is pushing us into something totally new, also uniting us with hope. Maybe we're finally about to answer that old question. Are we alone? Back in April 2019, a radio signal showed up. It came from the Proxima Centauri area, which is about 4.37 light-years away. It's not exactly next door, but it's the closest star to our Sun, about 3 times farther than the brightest stars we can see. The signal's coming from a spot with 3 stars, Alpha Centauri A and B, which are like a pair, and then Proxima Centauri, also called Alpha Centauri C. Alpha Centauri A and B are pretty close to each other and kinda like our Sun. A is yellow and a bit brighter than the Sun, while B is orange and not as bright. A is a little bigger than the Sun, and B is a bit smaller. So where did this signal come from? The Breakthrough Listen Project, which is hunting for alien messages, calls the signal Breakthrough Listen Candidate 1, or BLC-1. They've got a lot of money and use the best telescopes to look. The Parkes Radio Telescope in Australia picked up the signal. It was watching Proxima Centauri. It almost got missed, but scientists found it. To be interesting, the signal needs 2 things. It needs to be in a small range of frequencies because space doesn't make signals like that naturally. And the frequency has to change with how the planet moves compared to Earth. The scientists looked at almost 4 million signals and found 5,000 interesting ones. One stood out because they couldn't explain it. After checking to make sure it wasn't from Earth, they saw that this signal only appeared when the telescope was pointed at Proxima Centauri, and it lasted for 30 hours. After looking closer, they think it came from Proxima b, a planet found in 2016. They found it by watching how the star moved a little because of the planet's gravity. Proxima b is a lot like Earth, about 1.1 times the size and 1.3 times the mass. It's probably a rocky planet with a similar thickness to Earth. But there are differences. Proxima b is much closer to its star than Earth is to the Sun. It's super close, which would make it hot, but Proxima Centauri is a dim red star, so Proxima b only gets about 60% of the energy that Earth gets, putting it in the zone where life could exist. There are tons of planets we don't know about. So far, we've found almost 5,000 exoplanets, and we just added 65 more. The James Webb Space Telescope JWST is the best one we've ever built, very powerful than older ones. With it, we can find more about the universe. We've found all kinds of planets, from small rocky ones to huge gas giants, and super hot ones to ones that might have life. One cool planet is Kepler 1649c, which is a lot like Earth. It might be the most livable planet we've found and could have life. We've found about 55 planets like Earth, but we need to check them out more. The James Webb Telescope might find us a planet with life. One of the main jobs of the James Webb Space Telescope is to find and watch planets outside our solar system, to see how they form and if they might have water and life. It can see how stars and planets form and connect that to what we see on older planets. It can also help us compare our solar system to others. The telescope can see infrared light, which is great for this because it can see through dust, finds heat from young stars and planets, and spots important stuff like water and organic things. Infrared light can go through clouds that are thicker than what we can see, which is helpful for finding new stars hidden in clouds. Young stars and big planets start out big and then shrink. As stars get hotter, planets cool down. Both give off more infrared light than regular light, so the telescope will be good at finding them and understanding how they form. The telescope will also look for hot gas near young stars, which could mean that rocky planets that could have life are forming. So, a lot of the early science work will be about finding out how planets make the molecules that might be needed for life. NASA's been watching Proxima b for a while, hoping to find something. The signal they got is different from anything they've seen before. If it's real, it could change everything. First, it would show that life can pop up on other planets similar to Earth. Second, it makes you wonder who's living there. Are they just tiny bugs? Or are they super smart and able to chat across space? This signal isn't just random noise. It has a pattern which hints that someone intelligent sent it. NASA and scientists all over the world are trying to figure it out, like what the message says and why they sent it. Everyone's talking about it, from social media to government meetings. People are looking at the stars and thinking about what those aliens might be like. Would they be like us? How different would their world be? On top of everything, this brings up some big questions. If the signal is real, how should we respond? Should we have rules for talking to aliens? And how would something like this change how we see ourselves, our religions, and everything else? Even though it's exciting, scientists are being careful. They want to be 100% sure the signal is real and not just some mistake. This could be the biggest thing ever, so they need to get it right. The world is waiting to see what happens next. Finding alien signals from Proxima b could start a thing in science and bring everyone together to wonder and hope. Are we the only ones out here? Back in April 2019, someone picked up a radio signal from Proxima Centauri, which is 4.37 light-years away. That sounds far, but it's the closest star to our Sun. The signal came from a triple star system with Alpha Centauri A and B and Proxima Centauri, also called Alpha Centauri C. Alpha Centauri A and B are close to each other and sort of like our Sun. A is yellow and a bit brighter, while B is orange and a bit dimmer. The Breakthrough Listen project, which looks for alien signals, named this signal BLC-1. They've spent a ton of money and time using the best telescopes to find something. The Parkes radio telescope in Australia found the signal while looking at Proxima Centauri. It almost got lost in all the data, but the scientists spotted it. To be a real signal, it needs to be limited to a small frequency range, since space stuff doesn't usually make those signals, and the frequency has to change with the planet's movement. The scientists looked at almost 4 million signals and found 5,000 interesting ones. After checking everything, they found one that stood out. It only showed up when the telescope was pointed at Proxima Centauri and lasted for 30 hours. They figured the signal was coming from Proxima b, a planet that was found back in 2016. Proxima b is similar to Earth in size and mass, so it's probably a rocky planet. But there are differences. Proxima b is way closer to its star than Earth is to the Sun. That would make it super hot, but Proxima Centauri is a dim, red star, so Proxima b only gets about 60% of the energy that Earth gets. That puts it in the habitable zone where life could exist. There are tons of planets out there. We've already found almost 5,000. Just recently, we added 65 planets to the list. The James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, is the most powerful telescope ever. It can help us figure out all the secrets of the universe. We found all sorts of planets, from small, rocky ones to gas giants bigger than Jupiter. Some are super hot and some could be habitable. Kepler 1649c looks the most like Earth and could have life. We've found about 55 Earth-like planets, but we need to study them more. Who knows what we'll find with the new telescopes? Wouldn't it be amazing to find a planet with life? One of the main goals of the JWST is to find and study planets outside our solar system. They want to see how they form and if they have water and life. The JWST can see infrared light, which helps for a few reasons. It can see through dust, find the heat from young stars and planets, and spot important chemicals like water. It's perfect for seeing how stars and planets are born, even when they're hidden behind clouds. Young stars and giant planets start out big and shrink over time. Stars get hotter and planets cool down, but they both give off a lot of infrared light. That means the JWST will be great for finding new planets and figuring out how they form. The JWST will also look for hot gas near young stars, which could mean that rocky planets are forming. A lot of the JWST's early work will be about finding the molecules that could lead to life on other planets.